your senators, your House of Rep members, and the rest of them. Okay? So, we're sorry we've not really been bringing this thing live to you. This is still BVI Channel 1, and we are right here, and we are bringing you this program. Today, we are talking about the visit of Peter Obi to the son of Fela and Kuti. The guy visited Fela just, I think today, and it's all over the place. We're going to also be looking at the Governor of Imo State, his statement regarding the obedient movement. So all of that is what you're going to be getting very shortly, as I'll be right back to take your calls and take your opinions as we proceed. So let's get on it. Don't forget, this is a live program and it is going to be interactive. You are expected to call from the lines right there when we open up the lines. And in case you want to join through the studios meeting link, you can use the link we've already dropped on the chat to be a part of this very process. So let us quickly take this very video, then we'll be right back to take on them one after the other.
I told their brother Femi that I saw what he did, and I said, no, that is not the future of the society we want to live in. We need campaign based on issues that will affect Nigeria, and that's what I encourage everybody to do. Thank you, sir.
The Southeast. Out of the 5 states, how many of those states can you deliver to your party?
Well, you see, it is not a predetermined arrangement. I'm confident that APC has done so well to the extent that they can win all the states in Nigeria. But we still need to engage the people.
Imo adịla mma, ụzọ adịkwa na mma. Onye mere ya? His Excellency, Distinguished Senator Hope Uzodinma. Ọnwa ndị Imo ji eme ọnụ, chee, lee ọnọdụ idomara anyị. Distinguished ịwụdachi. Abuja anyị ekelela gị. Tinubu anyị ekelela gị. Adams Oshomola anyị ekelela gị. Abakari nwụrụ anwụ anyị ekelela gị maka gọvanọ inye.
Yeah, this is it. You've just watched and saw what Peter Obi told the son of Fela Kuti, that's Femi Kuti. He visited him today, and it is all over the place. Everyone is talking about it, and we are also going to be deliberating on it right now. We're going to also have interaction with people who will be joining us through the WhatsApp or through the chat, through the Skype meeting. All right? So in case you want to let your opinion be heard, you can make use of that link to make your submission known, as we are going to dissect these issues one after the other and how it impacts you, how it affects you, and how you are affected generally from political issues we are reviewing right here. So let's take a look at the issues or what Peter Obi told this man, Femi Kuti, when he visited him. Peter Obi visited him to, I would say, to facilitate with him, especially after he made a post saying that he will never be obedient. Can you beat that? He said he can never be obedient, and I believe that is what prompted him to have a chat with him one-on-one with this young man. And also the governor of Imo State reacting to the question posed by Shehu, asking him his reaction towards obedient movement and the hope he can deliver his state to APC. Now, his answer is the most ridiculous one, which honestly, the guy that posted this video actually, brought to light what the situation is in Imo State. And the people who are going through this hell you're seeing right here in the name of a road, they'll be the ones to decide. And these are the ones the Imo State governor is hoping to entice to get their vote come 2023 during the election. So today on Political Review, we are going to take it one after the other, and we expect you to also drop your comments and give us your opinion regarding what we are talking about today. And some of you will say, oh, many people, especially the Biafran people, are saying, oh, we are not interested, And some of them have also expressed their opinions towards me, saying that you are becoming more one Nigerian. We are going to address that as we continue, because I know that most of our viewers and most of our followers are Biafran enthusiasts. Okay, do not be disappointed, because we are still on course. The course that will bring about the liberation of the indigenous people trapped in Nigeria. And as part of our commitment to the struggle of the oppressed people in Nigeria as the voice of the people, we believe in the cause that will liberate Nigerian people, not just the Biafrans. The Uzodinmas are there, the Arawas are there. I kept saying that Nigerian people are under serious oppression from their political class. Okay? And now, it has resulted to so many agitations in Nigeria, and to the point that Nigerian people, especially the agitators from different indigenous background in Nigeria, saying that they are not going to be part of it. In fact, they are tired. And that's why it became very necessary for us to introduce Political Review, for them to have an understanding, for everyone to have an understanding on how the political issues affect them. Talking about the current revolution as part of what we've been doing over the years, trying to encourage the people to, follow up, to understand how political situations affect them. Yes, they know that it affects them because there is bad road. They know that it is affecting them because their children can't go to school. They know that the price of dollar to naira is hitting them hard. They know that the level of insecurity have taken a lot of lives. It has taken the lives of Biafrans, they have taken the lives of Uzodinmas, they have taken the lives of Arawas. Everyone have had his own share of the failure of government in Nigeria. And the solution to it is not just by sitting idly one place and wishing that you are going to just wake up one morning and they will say Nigeria is no more, and you are free to now have your own country. Whoever that tells you that is deceiving you, because there is a political process that must be followed. Independence agitation is a political process. You must follow that process before you get to your destination. You can't be going to Onitsha from Enugu and you enter flight that is heading to Ethiopia. You will never get to Enugu, my brother. No matter how close you are to your destination, you will never get there. Okay? So the process must be followed. And that is what we are committed in doing, in educating the people, especially the Biafran enthusiasts, who are predominantly our viewers and our followers, both on and offline. So we want you to stick around, ask your questions, and you'll be explained. Now, the issue we are talking about is this P2OB visiting Femi Kuti, the son of Fela. the young man made a post saying that he is not and will never be obedient. It's not clear to me why he made that statement, because I believe he is exposed enough not to play the politics of ethnicity and understanding the plight and the suffering of Nigerian people. I don't know a better option that he might choose. But as a good leader that wants to carry everybody on board, Peter Obi went to see him. He didn't just go there alone, he went with Charlie Boy. Charlie Boy was also there. And subsequently, we are going to bring him on this program to have a chit chat with you on what is actually happening. All right? So, as we proceed in this program, I want to also look at the issues he pointed out, saying that this campaign should be based on, issue-based and not sentiments, ethnic sentiment, religious sentiment that has killed this country, that has destroyed this country. Okay? So that's exactly what Peter Obi told him. Let the campaign be issue-based and not where the person is coming from, and not where the person, is he a Christian or a Muslim. We're talking about competence and not selling the same old stories Nigerians have been hearing over the years. And it is that same truth that we've been preaching to our people that brought about the shutdown of our channel. We are still trying to see if that channel can be restored back to us, but there is a slim chance it will ever be. That's why we are building up a new platform to ensure that the voice of the people is heard. Some of you are disappointed. Oh, you're talking about Biafra, you have been talking about Biafra, and you're not talking about one Nigeria. In fact, they can't fix it. And that's why we are here to educate Nigerian people from the east, west, north, and south. We are all victims of failed government. And whatever thing you are agitating for depends on who is in power. If you are saying give us, who are you asking to give you referendum? Is it the people that are committed to your plight? The people that understands the suffering of the Nigerian people and the only solution that is needed to be done? Is it a listening kind of person that will, look into the yearnings of the people and take practical steps to bring in the solution to the table? And from the major candidates we've seen so far, APC had promised, no way. PDP had been there, no way. Now Nigerians want to take an alternative option through this man, Peter Obi. It's not about being an Igbo person. Some people are saying, oh, if Peter Obi comes on board, then we will forget about Biafra. That means you don't even love or understand what you are agitating for from the first instance. Okay? If that is your narrative, if Peter Obi goes into it, it's just a short-term freedom. Who told you that if Peter Obi goes in there, he will give you Biafra? Peter Obi will not give you Biafra. And not expect him to give you Biafra. Peter Obi can only create an enabling environment that will bring all agitators to the table for them to be heard and possibly granted their request, or meet at a middle ground where everybody's opinion can be taken into consideration. That is exactly what we are looking at. It's not about Peter Obi being an Igbo man or this other person being a Yoruba person who will actually listen to your plight. And we know that the only thing that can really give back power to the Nigerian people, the only solution to the too many woes and problems of this country is to restructure this country back to regional government. Someone asked me, called me and said, Chinedu, We are talking about this, Peter, what exactly is his strategy? What exactly will he do different from what other people have been doing? And I said to them, Peter Obi is committed to restructuring Nigeria back to regional government. And that will hand over power to all Nigerians from the east to the west, from north to south. We're talking about insecurity in the north. We're talking about insecurity in the south. We're talking about insecurity in the west. We're talking about insecurity in the east. The only thing that can guarantee the safety of Nigerian people today is to break down security to regional government, because it is relative. Okay? There is no particular way or strategy you can apply from Abuja that will solve the security situation in Nigeria today. And it will cut off the lifelines of some of the criminal activities that have formed a very powerful network across Nigeria. If you break down security to the regional level, we will not even be talking about state policing and the rest of them. The regional security architecture will take care of every security concern that is peculiar to them. That is why the one shot to this problem is restructure Nigeria. Are we talking about the economy? This practice of going to Abuja every day. You go to Abuja every month to share what they call national cake. The cake has finished. In fact, even the bakery has been destroyed. No more thing to bake. The money they are sharing is finished, nothing to share anymore. Okay? The only way that can become viable is to return to regional government, where everyone will be able to maximize their potential, their talents, their resources, their human capital resources, their natural resources. There is no place or region in Nigeria that is, undermined with respect to natural resources and other resources, both human and natural resources. Every part of Nigeria is blessed with unique and very powerful resources available to them to become a first developing nation or even a developed nation across the world. They have what it takes. But the problem we have in Nigeria today is because of bad governance. Bad governance have dealt a huge blow on Nigerians. And the Abuja politicking have destroyed this country. So when you're looking at someone who is going to, deliver on the mandate of the people or do what is right, it can only be dependent on who is in power, who is going to actually be committed to doing that. You've heard Peter Obi say he's going to transform Nigeria from consumption to production. How on earth do you think that can be achieved with the current structure of Nigeria that promotes tribalism, that promotes unproductivity, that promotes corruption, that promotes marginalization? So these are the fundamental things we are looking at. Restructuring Nigeria back to regional government will address all these things. And when each region starts thriving, then the Biafran people can say, now we can, fix our home. We are in control of our security architecture. We are no longer afraid that the federal government will stamp its authority trying to, dish out parts of our land to marauding cattle rustlers from the Sahel. It is only that time you don't sit back and start blaming somebody from the north or from the east or from the west that they are behind your predicament. That is the time you have to blame yourself if you fail. And you will see healthy competition among different regions, just like it were in the First Republic. That is what we are talking about. That is exactly what we are preaching. And that is what I believe Nigerian people should know and understand, that the only solution to their problem is to key into the obedient movement. Whether you are a Biafran, whether you are Uzodinma, whether you are Arewa, whether you are agitating for anything constitutional force majeure like the Ninas people are promoting, all you need to do is to ensure that you have a kind of government that is, trusting towards your aspiration. The government that shares your aspiration. The people that understands your plight and that committed to solving the problem. So far, so good. You only have one option. You only have one option on the table, and that is on P2B dirty movement, obedient movement. It is not just a political campaign. It is a movement driven by ideology of Nigerian people getting their liberation from oppressive, corrupt, never do well politicians. Nami Toka. Don't forget, we are still live. If you want to be part of this conversation, you can drop your comments, or you call us through the call lines +234-810-4545-533. So we deliberate on this issue. Don't forget that this is our new YouTube. We are just beginning afresh to rebuild after our channel was taken down by the enemies of the people. Okay? So please make do to subscribe if you have not. Share this link. Let more people get to know that we are live and we are here to give you a voice. Let people know that the voice of the people is back again and will continue, even in our efforts to retrieve our old channel back. Okay, it is not an easy task, but we are hopeful. We will continue pressing hard until the Nigerian people start having a feeler of good governance, until the Nigerian people truly have independence, until the Nigerian people are truly free from corrupt politicians, until the indigenous people in Nigeria begin to see what freedom is all about. Whether you are a Biafran, Uzodinma, or Arewa, as you are listening to the sound of my voice, you have to understand that independence agitation is a political process, and that is why we are here to show you the way. It begins with a political revolution to aspire to retire the recycled old politicians that are the cause of your predicament, your misery in this country. I've said it time and over that all Nigerians are victims of bad governance. That's why GGM, the only political ministry, and I happen to be the presiding archbishop, to bring it to you raw, live, and direct. No missing word. We tell you the truth the way it is. If speaking the truth will cost my life, so be it. And God himself will know that the message he sent me, I delivered. My life is in his hand, and I will continue spreading this message. The Biafran people, you need to wake up. The Uzodinma people, you need to wake up. Even the Arewa people, you are one of the biggest victims of this bad government we are seeing in this country. If you want to experience and have a taste of freedom, be part of a political revolution. The Uzodinmas, those who are agitating for Uzodinma Republic, those who want to see Uzodinma land continue to grow, should support the regional government, which can only be guaranteed through this obedient movement. If P2B and Dati becomes your president and your vice president. Because that is what is driving them to restructure this country. There is nothing more that made BVI Channel 1 to be committed to these men. And these men are men with proven integrity in their public and their private lives. That is why we are trusting them. No man is 100%, will I say, no man is 100%, perfect. There is no man without mistakes. But from the options we have so far, it is necessary that every indigenous person in this country should rally round. Every suffering Nigerians should rally round. Those who are passing through hell because of failed government should rally round. All agitators that have lost their livelihood, that have lost their loved ones in this process should rally round and ensure that this government that have brought upon them death, misery, and pain will be retired. This is the only hope and shot we have to the freedom you seek. That is the truth. I will tell you the truth the way it is. Nobody will say this truth to you. Nobody will tell you this truth. Nobody will preach this gospel to you the way it is. Because it is only this truth that will set the people free. Many people don't want to hear it. You say, hey, we want Biafra, we want to do what we want Arewa. How do you get it without the political process? Without having the right people in power? Look at the situation of things. We'll continue preaching it, and I expect you to share it. I expect you to share it. You don't need to go away. You need to listen to this news. You need to listen to this gospel. You need to listen to this truth. Because this is the only truth that can set our people free. I am about the only person agitating for Biafra, living in Biafra land, and boldly stating my stand without fear. I am a Biafran. I am an indigenous person of Biafra. And nobody can take that away from me. This is my indigenous identity. Some people disagree with me and say, oh, we are indigenous Igbo. Fine, that is your own belief. I know. I am first an Igbo man before becoming a Biafran. Then Nigerian before becoming an African. So that is the order. But the truth remains that a whole lot of people have given their lives for this sake. It is also an ideology that you cannot take away. But it begins with you knowing the truth and not being deceived by commercial freedom agitators who are making livelihood from the so-called agitation, who are feeding you with lies and propaganda that Biafra is coming tomorrow and today, who will tell you that you don't need to do anything, you just need to sit back in your home, shut down your business, destroy your land, make the government of your homeland ungovernable. That is the only time you can get freedom you seek. Lie. It's a big lie. Let me talk am. How many years have we done this? From Wazirike time till today. What has changed? I am about the only person that can tell you this truth. You may hate me because of it, but this is the hard truth I am commissioned to give to you. Let me take this call as it joins me on this very interactive section. Hello, Ndubisi. We want to hang on, Ndubisi. We are going to take you. Hello, V. Speak on. You have the floor.
All right, thank you, Chinedu, and thank you for
Hello? I can't hear you. Hello, B. Okay, go on.
Biafra are representing the identity of Biafran people. Biafra land. I know so many people will not be comfortable with that, but as you say, that is the truth. And to say this truth, it may be truth to you, but not truth or lies to other people. But however, there is a fact. The truth is sacrosanct, and the truth stands the test of time. Having said that, from my position, I look at politicians. When people say politicians should not be trusted, somebody called me today and he said all these politicians, the presidency, that none of them should be trusted. I then asked the person, who are you? He said he's a businessman. I said, as a businessman, you play politics in the marketplace. In your household, you play politics. Politics is played everywhere. We should forget this idea of referring to some people as politicians. Why we are not politicians? Everybody plays politics at one level or the other. So if you are saying that Nigerian politicians is not honest, they are fraudulent, they are liars, then you are one of them because you're also a politician. So I encourage everybody to join the political struggle. Wherever you are, join. Don't expect anybody to be an angel or a saint. The other time I was listening to Peter B said, now we are in the process of getting to Answer Rock. But the moment we secure that ticket, or maybe we win election to be in Answer Rock, that is when the work starts. I know so many people don't understand or may not understand what Peter B meant. Just like Soludo said, winning an election, from election to getting office is like doing 20% of the job. That the remaining 80% is done after you've taken over. I want to agree with all these people, but the masses don't understand. All these our masses, everybody shouting obedient. We should know what we want. We should know exactly what we are looking for. Yes, Chinedu, you say there is regional government. I do not think that the P2B has committed itself to regional government. Are you there, Chinedu?
Yeah, I'm there. Go on. I can listen. You are listening, and everyone is hearing you.
I do not think, and I have not heard P2B committing itself to restructuring or the type of restructuring he wants. What P2B keeps on saying is leadership. But I know leadership is good, but cannot solve the problem of Nigeria. When a leader is there for 4 years, P2B might provide leadership for 4 years, or rather 8 years. But if he goes without putting the right structures in place, the problem will continue. It's just like in Anambra State. He did well for 8 years, and when he left, somebody else came in, Obiano, and because the right system or structure was not in place, Obiano bastardized and destroyed the whole thing. So what I'm saying is that, like, you said the P2B is for, that day, and I won't agree with you because I've not seen any commitment coming from P2B or that. The reason why if anybody should support him is looking at Tinubu, looking at Article, and looking at P2B. You say P2B represents a brand new political class, or maybe because of his behavior, because of his saving habits, and because of his cutting costs, that Nigeria is nosediving. Nigeria is already there. We need somebody who will bring it up again and put it back to prosperity, which P2B can do. But for me to come to BVI Channel 1 and tell my audience that P2B is committed to regional government, I cannot go with that. And because I've not seen him committing himself to that kind of thing, or whether he's playing politics with Obasanjo to ensure that status quo will remain, I don't know. So, but for now, we'll keep on convincing people based on good governance ministry ideology of good governance and public accountability, ideology of equity, fairness, and justice. ideology of giving people back, people being part of government, ideology of servant leadership. You know, when you are a follower, you serve the people, security, you make yourself accessible. You know, we did it in Anambra State, and you know, we've been monitoring Soludo. The last 3 weeks or so, thereabouts, we held 3 hours interactive session with people of Anambra State, and he said it will be done every 14. Though I'm still writing in that you should do it every month. Obasanjo was doing it every month. The president explained. So this is the ideology we should be talking about or convincing people, because as a ministry, good governance ministry, BBI is our mouth that we voice these things out. We should be able to promote our ideology and the reason why certain people should be supported, but not to conclusively say that to say people has given anybody money.
No, you know, when you say things like that, I believe you are following what we have been doing, and some of the videos I have actually listened to some of his videos where he talked about his position on restructuring. That's why I said I may not say he is committed to it, but he is the only one that has said it before, and
there's no place he mentioned the regional government.
No, he said restructuring. We are talking about regional government. I am talking about regional government as the kind of restructuring we want, that we desire. But he has talked about restructuring this country. He has not yet defined the kind of restructuring he's going to bring about that will help in Nigerian people, you know, turning from consumption to production.
Yes. Then, though I'm not following you, I had regional government that P2B is committed to that and this that. That was why I said what I said. However,
That's okay.
We should continue to educate our people on position of good governance ministry, position of this platform. We are not singing, we are not advertising, we are not promoting, we are not campaigning for anybody. But we are supporting the person that will represent what good governance ministry stands for. That is it. Because if we should go on with obedience, it seems we don't have a program. We have a program, and our program is always to put our people, to put even those people in check.
Of course.
To put them, to correct them, you know, because if we are the last voice standing, we are the voice of the people, and we should always say the truth, always, without any sign of falsehood or propaganda or decorating it. You know, as our late father said, Dr. If he's not looking like truth, don't say it. Don't say it. If he's not looking like truth, don't say it.
Exactly.
Say what you know and say what you. If you are saying in the BC, I can do this thing, you know me, you know I can do it, and you know you can come to my house and demand that I do it. If Chinedu, you are saying this is what you will do, this is what you do. Yes, I know you will do it. Because if you will not do it, you know, I know where to get you. But not to some of these politicians that you cannot access. You cannot access even before they go into power. You know, so I want to thank you, my brother, because you continued working, representing public interest, not your personal interest. Again, I want to talk about, Hope Uzodinma.
Okay, quickly before you go into Hope Uzodinma, we are going to take a very short break for like 30 seconds, and we'll be right back so that we'll refresh to the memories and the viewership the topic under review. We're talking about the visit of Peter Obi to Femi Kuti, and also the statement by Hope Uzodinma regarding the obedient movement. When we come right back, we will take more of your calls and your submission. Don't go away.
My own dear brother Femi, because I saw what he did, and I said, no. That is not the future the society we want to live in. We need campaign based on issues that will affect Nigeria. And that's what I encourage everybody to do. Thank you, sir.
The Southeast. Out of the 5 states, how many of those states can you deliver to your party?
Well, you see, it is not a predetermined arrangement. I'm confident that APC has done so well to the extent that they can win all the states in Nigeria. But we still need to engage the people.
Imo adịla mma, ụzọ adịkwa na mma. Onye mere ya? His Excellency, Distinguished Senator Hope Uzodinma. Ọnwa ndị Imo ji eme ọnụ, chee, lee ọnọdụ idomara anyị. Distinguished ịwụdachi. Abuja anyị ekelela gị. Tinubu anyị ekelela gị. Adams Oshomola anyị ekelela gị. Abakari nwụrụ anwụ anyị ekelela gị maka gọvanọ inye.
My own dear brother Femi, because I saw what he did, and I said, no. That is not the future the society we want to live in. We need campaign based on issues that will affect Nigeria. And that's what I encourage everybody to do. Thank you, sir.
The Southeast. Out of the 5 states, how many of those states can you deliver to your party?
Well, you see, it is not a predetermined arrangement. I'm confident that APC has done so well to the extent that they can win all the states in Nigeria. But we still need to engage the people.
Imo adịla mma, ụzọ adịkwa na mma. Onye mere ya? His Excellency, Distinguished Senator Hope Uzodinma. Ọnwa ndị Imo ji eme ọnụ, chee, lee ọnọdụ idomara anyị. Distinguished ịwụdachi. Abuja anyị ekelela gị. Tinubu anyị ekelela gị. Adams Oshomola anyị ekelela gị. Abakari nwụrụ anwụ anyị ekelela gị maka gọvanọ inye.
if all these people talking from overseas, like Adeyanju, that betted $10,000 if P2B wins election, and the Omokri and the rest of them, if they were in Nigeria, I know P2B will find a way to go and see them, because this man P2B is just somebody that he doesn't have a barrier. It's like Akede Amokana. He goes everywhere to make sure that peace reigns. That's why everybody, all the oppositions and ruling party, they were all talking against him because the heat is on. So finally, I need to talk about the guy that just left, that just spoke with you, my friend and my brother. When he talk about P2B is not going to take over, in terms of a regional government, my brother, I have to tell him that ejide egbe n'aka wee na-ajụ ma nwaanyị ọ na-eri ya. Ịma mbe ife ọnụ ewu itibe ọkụka. So I believe P2B knows what he's doing, and my brother should remember, you can't say everything on air and on your interview or whatever, because there are certain things you keep to yourself. P2B is not coming to divide the country as some people you are thinking. But all I know is that P2B is likely to implement the constitutional conference, which Goodluck helped to build under the panel he said. So I believe that constitutional conference that Dora attended and the rest of them, even Ojukwu, I say, this is the right thing and the right implementation that will lead to, because what are we agitating for, the Southeasterners, the Igbos? It's marginalization. That's what we need, because of lack of interest of federal government to it creates some to fight them. Okay, just imagine this government that was one-sided government. We have everything, security, whatever, in the hands of one section of the country. The present government never think about Federal Character Commission, which was under our constitution. He never balanced the situation, the country, the region, the zone. That's the problem. You just took everything to one section and one tribe. Just look around. So if we plot out so much agitation from all sections, you see the Afeni Chere, the Odudu, they were so strong in their own agitation. Igbos, IPOP had been strong. Everybody looked after them, all the agitation. So when he talked about P2B, we don't know where he's going. Well, the P2B is going right way. And he said he's not campaigning for anybody. You need to campaign for somebody. That's the problem. You have to stand with someone which you believe on his ideology. So majority of the youth believe in P2B because they knew what he can do. They knew his kind of person. You have to look at somebody's antecedent first. There's no corruption, no falsification of certificates, just like every other people. No corruption, thousands of dollars overseas, not having Chicago. I mean, you should know that among God candidates, P2B stand out. That's why the good people always attack. Comrade, I will ask you, do you think that your people like you? Moving on the street, they'll be laughing, you'll be a talking point for discussion. Nobody likes good people. So these are my takes for now. Thank you.
Okay. NWC, you're back again. Can you give us your own report with respect to the view of the governor of Imo State, which we were talking about before we brought our brother in, and before we went for the break? Can you just give us your own opinion?
Well, thank you, Chinedu. As far as the governor is concerned, he is speaking for himself, his family, and his few political employees. The old order, the old political order, they believe that with their money, they can buy anybody. So the governor himself, I listened to the interview. He's smart. he was just smart in the interview. He said he is obedient to APC and he is a politician. He made emphasis to that. I am a politician, and as a politician, it is expected that he should support the candidate of his party, which is Tinubu. Of course, nobody expects him to support Peter Obi. So, as far as I am concerned, he is speaking for himself as APC governor and as APC member. I do not expect any other thing from him. But we should note that the political equation in Nigeria is changing. Take for instance, in Imo State, we have up to about 1.9 million to 2.5 million registered voters. But during the last election in Imo State, not more than 700,000 people participated in that election. Not more than 700,000 people upon all the money and all the rigging and everything. So what happens to 1 million people standing? So this is the 1 million people, the obedient people. The obedient people, Peter Obi has excited these 1 million people to stand up to be counted. These are the people coming out to be part of this election. And these are the people that will make the hair difference. And these are the people you cannot buy with. These are the people who Uzodinma cannot control. And these are people who were not used to voting. But this time around, the people will flood the polling stations all over Imo State. That is my view, Chinedu, and that is my position, and that is what I believe will happen across Nigeria. Thank you.
Okay, now we are going to dabble into some things that we've really touched on today's highlight or happening within the political space and how it affects our people. Now let's bring it down to the Biafran people, because we cannot talk much without referring to the Biafran people and the agitation. Someone had already called me saying that the P2B, if he eventually wins, that it is a freedom for the Southeast for 80 years. I'm beginning to see that even our agitators, people from the Biafran territory, or even all the agitators in Nigeria are so ethnic, inclined. Yes, everybody is inclined to his ethnicity, but we've not really shoved aside the mentality of this one is for Ndi Igbo, this other one is for Ndi Hausa, this other one is for the Yorubas, this other one is for the Indejo, and the rest of them. That mentality is still holding grip among the various agitating groups. For somebody to say if P2B becomes the president, it will be freedom for the Southeast for 80 years. And after that, what happens? They are looking at it that it is trading off the freedom of the Southeast with the presidency. Is that the true nature of things? Because it is not. It has nothing to do with that. P2B's presidency had nothing to do with the Igbo people agitation particularly. But it's a solution that I see for the entire Nigerian people, all the indigenous people, that if you have good governance, you have a better ground to agitate for whatever thing you are agitating. If you have good governance and you say, oh, these governors have addressed my agitation, fine, so be it. But if that is the only base why you're agitating for whatever thing you're agitating for, then it's up to you. What do you think about it? Ndubisi, then we'll take from Honorable before we wrap up.
Oh, all right. I am not the spokesman of Peter Obi, but I will always state my own personal position. Peter Obi, being the president of Nigeria, will not be the president of the Igbo people. he will not represent the Igbo people. He will not even fight for the Igbos. That is from my own as a person, having seen how Peter Obi function. When Peter Obi goes in Abuja, Peter Obi will even benefit Yoruba people and the Hausa people more than Igbos. But you know what Igbos are looking for is to be given a level playing ground. Igbos are not asking Peter Obi to favor them, to give them contracts, to give them appointments, to give them any special preference, just like Buhari has done. Buhari has selected people from his own tribe, the Fulanis, to occupy sensitive positions in Nigeria. All the security positions. He doesn't care that we have a federation. Nigeria is a federation. He doesn't care. So if we have a person like Peter Obi in Aso Rock, Peter Obi will try to impress the Hausas, the Fulanis, the Yorubas, other people more than Igbos. But I can assure you that Igbos love competition. Igbos love level playing ground. As long as Peter Obi, and which I know he will do it, Peter Obi will always ensure that due processes are followed, that the right thing be done, that good governance will be there, that in terms of giving contract, it has to be competitive. Once
So
Peter Obi,
are you saying that Peter Obi is going to guarantee that fair playing ground, and how is he going to do it? From your own opinion, how do you think Peter Obi is going to ensure that level playing ground that will bring about equity in Nigeria generally, which is also one of the remote causes of the agitations?
like I said previously, leadership. Peter Obi believes that the problem with Nigeria is leadership, and that he will provide that. And from Peter Obi background, from his background, and having known him from Anambra State here, I know that he can give Nigeria that leadership they're asking for. So that is first. If you are now asking me how he will do that, that one goes down, has to do with his manifesto, his plan, his constitutional restructuring or reconfiguration. Because if you ask me how Nigeria will be sorted out, I've always believed that even if you have an angel, Jesus Christ from heaven, coming down to preside over the affairs in Aso Rock, and you have the same constitution there, he will be frustrated. Because Peter Obi eye cannot be everywhere. Even now, if you call him, he cannot pick his call. One person cannot service 1,000 people. So he's having the right structure in place. Having the right structure in place, that will guarantee that thing you are saying, from consumption to production. But it's not because you are Peter Obi, you are the president of Nigeria. What happens to the governor in Anambra State? As the president of Nigeria, can you command the governor to do the needful? Or can you command the governor in Zamfara State to do the needful? Or Peter Obi, you are the president. Are you the chief of army staff? You will be the person that will appoint the person. So I mean, as a person, he can give leadership with the kind of people he will appoint into sensitive positions in the country. That will be done. But if you're asking me how he will do it, of course, it's a complex business. It's a complex business. It's not something you say on a platform like this.
Okay. Thank you very much. Let's take the opinion of Honorable. Honorable, what's your view concerning what we've just talked about?
Thank you, comrade. Thank you so much. I have to thank my brother that just speaking. He really made a great point. I fancy his view. All he said is right. But let me add up to them. Let me just add a little, because you see, P2B is just a platform to get into power. When you look at P2B, you look at his vice presidential candidate, Dati Ahmed Baba, then you see the kind of person, the kind of area, the kind of place the kind of background they were coming out from. It shows you that these people, one, they were learned, one, two, they have an outbreak, but they have something doing before they came into power. You know, Ahmed himself, the presidential candidate, has a school, so they know what it takes. They know the hearing of the people. As my brother said, the eastern part of the country might be the less beneficiary of P2B's administration if he gets to power, because, as he said, I quite agree with him. This is a living witness. I lived in Bayelsa State. I lived in Obuya, to be precise. Obuya, I live in Utuoke. Utuoke is a village in Obuya local government. Utuoke is where the former president, Goodluck Jonathan, doctor. I bet you, before they finish the road from Yenagoa to Utuoke, from Obuya to Utuoke, the local government, is even when he finished, he moved out of power. His people never benefited anything from him, because he was trying to please the Northerners. At the end of the day, they were the ones who betrayed him. Go to Northern State and see the Alamaji School Jonathan built. Go to North and see everything he did in order to please these people. But at the end, for his town, he never did anything. That's why sometimes they don't regard him much in his town. I lived there. Now, I hope it's a lesson to incoming president in person of Mr. Peter Obi. But when you leave office, that's it. I remember how the South were agitating for their road, the east-west, which leads to Warri, Ureliam, Yenagoa, Nisha. The road was built. This present administration came in a little way they could. They played politics just like a Niger bridge, River Niger, the second bridge. So, but Buhari, as the kind of person he is, and the hardliner, he don't care. Imagine he took a maritime academy to his place. He took inland cargo in Kano. All the fire lines, he took it as a port. Which is not supposed to be. You can put all these things where you have a ocean, where you have river, just like Port Harcourt and Lagos and Warri, even River Niger, bridging of River Niger. These are the ports where ship can anchor.
Yeah.
But they took all these things to naught. Where there is no one, he's in authority. They built a maritime academy in his village. So many things built. So because he believes that it's an opportunity, because this is what he's been looking for his people, because he's a by everybody knows that. So it's a lesson to any incoming president. Once you come in, you need to look after your place, your state first. Because at the end of the day, you are going back there. There will be a kind of legacy. Then another thing about this, you can see how Uzodinma was lying that the federal road was built, the federal government built this. But see the road you just shown on your screen. You see how the road is. But he was saying that the road has been built. If people should know who the governor of Imo State, try to look at his antecedents. So whenever he talks, imagine the Imo State is the only place they can force somebody to be the governor. They just put him. So I believe people will have to work hard in other Igbo states to make sure that the Labour Party dominates all these states. Because people are tired. As I told you, people coming to power to empower the Igbos, the Southeast. The only thing he got to do, which I know he can do, Peter is going to going to have a good playing field for everybody. That's what he's going to do because he believes in Constitution. He will tell you that according to him, and it's there on record, he was the only governor that made the election to come down. That's why Anambra election comes forth. It doesn't go along with every other election. It's because of Peter, because he believes in fairness, justice, and fair play. So I believe what he's going to do with his team. The problem we are having is when you have Minister for Health, you will now put somebody that have degree in agriculture. You to put a different peg in a different hole. So you have somebody that is a scientist. Instead of putting him into the area he's supposed to be, you put him into a minister for commerce and industry. You know, so because it's a political appointment. You try to favor your party, people that support people that supported the party. So these are, but I know people will put the right peg at the right square hole if he gets to power. That's the way it's going to be. And finally, we are agitating for Biafra is because of injustice melted on the Southeasterners. There's no infrastructure. There's no anything. Name it. When Peter comes in power and make sure that Southeast, the road is good, imagine the railway. They put Eastern States out of the railway construction. You know that Senator Dikine agitated for it when he was in Senate. Only Southeast was the region that didn't have any railway on the budget. Okay, you can see the recent one, the HAWA, the human rights. They said only Southeast was not among the beneficiaries of Chinese loan. You know that. So they were neglecting the Southeast. That's why you have all these problems. Because when you put all these things in place, they will employ people, people will not be idle thinking of evil to commit to get something to put on their table. So I know quite all right that when people become into power, first and foremost, federal character. This federal character matters. Babangida used it, Obasanjo used it, Yellow used it, Goodluck used it. When Ihejika was army chief of staff, we see how he dealt with the Boko Haram and the rest of them, and that not when before happened. So these are the things. If you give people share the power according to the constitution, don't make it personal to your boss. You do. Okay, just imagine Nigerian Port Authority, custom, whatever. If you know to one section, army, all the security apparatus. When you divide all this, use federal character. This zone got this zone got each of person. There will be problem. So these are the issues we are having. And these are issues P2B knows. He knows what he's going to do there. He may stay for 4 years, he may stay for 8 years. But all I know, he's going down for the interview because so much interest is on him. All eyes is on him. We are seeing the Messiah, and I believe he cannot go there and try to, do like others. He's doing things to people. That's why they say we know the situation. That's where he stood. So my brother, I believe this country will do well because we are being marginalized. It helps us to have a lot of people fighting because we have no job. Okay, Igbos don't have interest in government. That's why we are not politicians, as we say.
I agree with you.
Igbos need enabling environment to everybody have their destiny. The Yorubas were destined to be educated and go far, being a diplomatic, foreign mission, whatever. Doctors, Hausas were meant to handle the territory of Nigeria because you can they were the one handling the power. That's why it's very difficult to get it out of them. But that's all they can. But you need to turn the table around. Igbos are not interested. Igbo man needs to create an enabling environment for him to operate his business. You see what Erufai said on his Twitter? That 2 million mark the Obi support group said, unless it's 200, or unless they will close their shop. What he's trying to say, they will close their shop and join night boss and come over and make up the 2 million. So he was telling, and that will be on Monday. So he was telling us that we are on Monday at home, and we are all clear that there is no way we can close our shop because we are coming and come to North and make up 2 million mama. It's a mockery. He was just making mockery of us indirectly. So we need to show that we are not interested in what these things happen. Because they were trying to deny us we are not coming up and people don't like it. And remember, whatever Igbo man gets involved, he will prosper. They will never go back out of it. They go and they go for the kill. So I thank you so much. And this is my story.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much for your submission. And that is where we'll be bringing today's political review to an end. Honorable Onyebuchi, it's a pleasure having you back again on the program. And Ndubisi and Enugu, thanks for joining us. We appreciate you. And those who have watched, I believe you've grabbed something. We had wanted to open up the lines, but I believe subsequently as we progress and improve in our network and connections, we'll be able to take your calls. All right? I will encourage those who are watching, make this place your home. Bring other people as well. We will try to keep up with this program on a daily basis, every evening from 5 to 7 or 8 o'clock, as much as we can take. But don't forget, we need your support to keep up with the program. In case you're just knowing our other channel was shut down and it is hampering our operation, you can call our numbers 0810454553 or 0810420752. It's out there on the screen. Please always put across your support and be part of what we are doing. Share our videos, like it. That way, we'll build back the community. They'll try to suppress their voice. And as we continue, we will not disappoint you. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for being part of today's political review, as we'll be coming back next time, probably tomorrow, as we continue. And we are going to be bringing up, whenever things come up, matters arising on issues that are not political, every other issue. So, if you have not subscribed, hit on the subscription button, like and share. Bye-bye, gentlemen, and thank you for being part of the program.
Thank you, comrade, and have a
yeah, thank you, Chinedu, Archbishop of Good Governance Ministry.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And our viewers will bless you all. Thank you. Thank you very much. That is where we are cutting the tape for today's live broadcast with two wonderful gentlemen that joined me on today's political review. We really appreciate them. We hope that they will be joining us subsequently on other programs as we continue informing you better. I'm also Chinedu Peters, your voice. Please always follow us, subscribe to this new channel, keep liking, keep sharing, keep propagating. Anyone that knows BVI channel, well, tell them we are still up and running. It's just that we have a new channel. It is still growing. We'll still bring back our community again. And with your help, we will achieve that in no distance time. God bless you all. Till I see you next time. Stay safe. Bye-bye.